To it. Hey, Angela, how are you?
Hello, Jen. How are you doing?
Ugh, I am well, and we're both laughing because of our technological snafus that have started this interview. But it happens. It happens. So before we go any further, just super quick. My name is Jen Grace. I'm the founder of Publish Your Purpose, and today is one of my favorite days of any the year, the month, whatever it is, because we are launching your book today. And so I want to start with like, how are you feeling right now? Because I know this is like such a big day that we've been working toward for a while.
I tell you, I am over the moon. But first of all, I want to say because I sent out invitations to people that I wanted to join to be a part of this, and all who have taken their time out of their day. First of all, I just want to say welcome and thank you for being patient as we get online with our all our technology snafuls. Go ahead and Jen, I tell you honestly, today is just, as a matter of fact, the whole month has been, I've been trying to contain myself really in terms of, the joy that I'm feeling, and that this journey is where it is right now. And I just know that with everything, with all the encouragement, all the inspiration, all the hard work that went into this book, I am just feeling really thankful, really grateful, and really, really, truly blessed to be able to share my knowledge, share all these wisdom that I have with everyone in the world who wants to take the opportunity to read it.
Mm, I love that. You just set the tone for gratitude, right?
Yes.
Because as you know, because we've been in this process for a while, it takes a village to get a book done, right? And you had a good support system around you this whole time.
Oh, I did. Oh, Bailey Morris at PYP, my project manager throughout this whole process. She has been such a godsend. She really has. And Bailey's now out on maternity leave. And she, at the end, just made sure that everything was all in place, even through the whole process of helping me with this, all the references, all the challenges along the journey, or the learning processes along the journey. She has been such a support. And I just wish her all the best now with her baby. But it's been a journey, and I thank Bailey and all the other team members at PYP who have helped me through this, helped me, with the referencing, the proofreading, the whole thing, the whole process. I'm thankful.
All the things. So let's take a step back and talk about your book. So it's called The Power of Marcing. So can you just kind of give, I would love to just hear first a little bit about what the power of Marcing in particular means, but then the why. Like why did you feel compelled to write this?
Well, first of all, Marsing is a term I created, and it's Marr from the word married, the first part of married, meaning our commitments that we make. And I say commitments in terms of in addition to the I do's, also that we're going to support each other, we're going to be there for each other. But also, one part of that, the next part of the word is SING, the single individual self. Not a relationship status, it's who we are within ourselves as a person. The thoughts, the actions, the behaviors, everything about us. We have to take care of that relationship first with ourselves. That's the most important relationship, is the one we have with ourselves. And when we have that deep inner sense of knowing who we are within ourselves, then we can show up in our relationships much better. So Marsing is that concept tonight, and it has evolved to so many things as I've started it and created it, that it's like an energy, right? It's the energy that gets created once we become conscious, get into that deep conscious awareness of who we are within ourselves, and then how we show up in our relationships.
So good. So I could easily extract why I believe you did this, but tell us, like what's the bigger purpose behind it?
You know, Honestly, the bigger purpose is it really come out of my healing journey. And this is a word that I thought about years ago. And I thought, I was like, whenever we as individuals come together in a relationship, or no matter who we are, whether it be a romantic, committed, intimate relationship, or just a friendship, the way we show up and act in that relationship has everything to do with the thoughts that we have in our head.
Mhm.
And so, no matter how that relationship is going, whether it's good or bad or good or bad, the thoughts that we generate in our minds, in our head, in our soul, in our spirit about how we want to experience that. If someone gets angry outside at us, we have the choice if we're going to get angry ourselves because we're taking in that energy, right? It's that energy that's around us.
Mhm.
So I decided through all these years of my relationship, I realized that a lot of times I was able to remain happy no matter what the situation was. And I knew also that going into my marriage and relationship, I've always been a spiritually conscious person. My mother used to take us to Sunday schools in the neighborhood. I've always had that God power, God force in me. And I know that whenever we have to do something in this world, to human experience, on a human level, oh, we just, so many faults, right? So many things we do, so many judgments we put on each other. But I also know that in order to get out of that judgment space, we all have to invite the higher power within us, something that's bigger than us, something that takes charge of things and we don't have the capability to. And so, with that God force spirit that I've had all along, I just knew that God has to be a part of my marriage as I go through a relationship.
Mhm.
And it's through that that I was able to, if something bothered me, if I was dealing with anything, any challenges, I'd really pray about it. I'll really pray about it. And I said, I literally see myself when I pray, just handing it off to God. So it's like handing off the things that are too big for me to handle so that I can operate within a space and a spirit and a being of being happy, being grateful for whatever I have. Because if we focus on the negative, then that's all that we'll experience.
Mhm.
So when we make that choice to focus on positive things, then we can experience positive energy, positivity, even while other people around us are experiencing negativity. And
Mhm.
so that was really way back when. And when I come to the writing this book, a lot of people after the relationship was over was saying, "Oh my gosh, you guys were such a good couple. We admired you." And then I started looking back and through the healing process, going back and looking at all those journal entries that I made, all those things that I wrote, all those emotions. And I realized that everything we go through in life, someone else is already experiencing that.
Mhm.
Someone, so if we can get help along the way to make the journey, to make anything that we're experiencing or going through much easier, then that's what I wanted to do. And I just think that everything happens for a reason. No matter sometimes that we get disappointed about what our aspirations were and what we wanted to achieve, when we trust God, we know that no matter what happens, in the end, we have to find the message, we have to find the lesson, and we have to be able to use that to help ourselves and somehow to help someone else. And that's why I wanted to write this book. I really wanted to share the wisdom and knowledge that I have. Being a first book, it's there are so many challenges along the way to get it to this point. And I got to the point where I decided, you know what? Wherever it is right now, whatever little mistakes, whatever little word that I find in it, I just want it to go out there. No longer holding on to this. Let it go out there and just take on a life of its own. And
Mhm.
that's what it has done so far. I am really, really just absolutely just thrilled.
Oh, I love it. You just said that so beautifully. It was so concise of kind of honing in on kind of your vision and purpose behind this. And so what is your, your hope and aspiration that, it's your book is available, people can buy it. Today is like the big day. You're dressed for the occasion. You're always on brand, which
Thank you.
I comment every time we talk. I'm like, you are always on brand. Your brand is like this very like the aqua teal color you've got going on and like this nice like magenta color. And you are always matching in some way, shape, or form. So obviously today I'm loving the jeweled approach.
And I also have the
Obviously.
nails to go with it. And as you talk about that too, the brand also the color also goes into the brand the jewelry, the Marcing jewelry brand too.
Yes, which I wanted to get to, which is why I'm bringing up the brand. So okay, so I've helped almost 200 authors at this point. Like it's a good healthy number. You in particular, with your branding and your productization, I find fascinating. So can we just spend a couple minutes talking about your logic and rhyme and reason for the fact that you were just showing off your jewelry? I know that there's shoes, like there's a whole bunch of things. So like talk to me and talk to those watching about your products that go with this.
Okay. So one of the things when I created this Marsing, I really wanted it to be a brand. My aspiration for this is to be a brand that sits in the whole relationship space of who we are as an individual first, and then how we operate in our relationship. And that just goes into so many things. Me being having all these ideas running in my head, want to tap into most all of them. I'm trying to tap into most of them, which of course has overwhelmed me, but has kept me busy. And these ideas just keep coming. And as a result of that, I decided that in order to what I call it, live the Marsing life, get that energiness of positivity, of being able to sit with our thoughts, take time out, take that deep breath, have moments of gratitude. We need some little things to just nudge us as we go along. And one of the things that I created, what I had in the book is a Marcy moment of gratitude. That is the very first thing I want us to do in addition to the dig, the Marsing dig, deep inner gratitude, where we go within ourselves and just look back on our past and just look at so our experiences and see how they are impacting our lives and how they show up in our emotions, in our actions, in our behaviors, one towards ourselves as a result, and one how we show up in our relationships. Because if we're still hurting from anything that we experience in our life, we will ultimately bring out that hurt to someone else. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to do that. We all have those challenges. So the dig I created as this basic foundational piece that I like everyone, if they get a chance, to actually take the deep inner gratitude exercise and just go through and just so they can unload some baggages that affects our flow of who we are, because when we have negative enough, it blocks our flow of us to be happy, to have us to exude, good positive energy. And so we have the Marsing dig, which is a foundational thing where we come up with our I am statements. Mm-hmm. And I'll come off here too, Jen, because I want to really, for the ones who are on here and ones who will definitely hear this, that when we say I am in anything at all, their statement, when we say I am, there is this powerful energy that comes with that I am, because it talks about who we are within ourselves, the energy and how we want to project ourselves to the world. So if you say, if you're constantly saying, I am with something negative behind it, I am bad, I am ugly. No, I am beautiful. I am beautiful. If you need to say 3 or 4 or 5 times in order to believe it, keep saying it. Keep saying it, because the thoughts is what create our reality. It's not for someone else to decide for us. If they think that we're not pretty, or they think that we're ugly, that's their thoughts, not ours. We don't want to take that in. We want to create our own space, our own I ams of who we are, so we can stand in our value of who we are as an individual. So that's the Marsing Day that I created. And now the other things I have is in the book, I also have the Marsing breath and the Marsing pause, where you just pause, take time out to just think about what our reaction is going to be, what our response, not our reaction. Because when we're reacting, we're taking whatever has happened and then going from that. Our response is taking responsibility for our feelings and our thoughts that we're then going to be responding out to whatever happens, whatever the situation, whatever the argument, whatever the conversation. So the Marsing breath, Marsing pause, and then I have the Marsing shoes. Which is a purpose shoes, I call it. It's this soft shoes. I didn't bring one here, which I could have probably shown you guys, but it's on the website. And the Marsing shoes, it's really about stepping in your purpose. Mm-hmm. These shoes are comfortable, they're soft, and I just made them with a sense that whenever we're going through life and we've decided we have a purpose that we're stepping to, we step in these Marsing shoes. And the jewelry is just the adornment of how we are. We have a single ones that when you feel empowered as a single self, the heart that when you feel like, you find that love in your heart, there's an open heart when you're open for love and want to do anything. And those are really, and I said all this Marsing jewelry comes with the good Marsing energy. So if you're feeling down or feeling something and you're wearing them, just touch them a little and just think that Marsing energy and invite it into thing. But one of the things that I'm most excited about, Jen, that I like to share and open up here with everyone in this is that
Ooh.
a tool I created, I collaborated on, and we have an app. We have an app as a tool, as a Marsing tool. It's called the Marsing Yell. It's simple. I created it because I realized that we all, when we get upset, our emotions are always there, whether it be anger, frustration, these emotions will always come. It's a way to be able to deal with them in a positive way, and that we
Mhm.
don't spew our anger and our frustration at our partner, at our friends, whoever we are in a relationship with. So the Marsing Yell app is simple, an app that you download, and you have to download it, of course, because before you start get angry, right? Because you can't be angry and downloading. Oh, I want the Marsing app. So when you get a chance, it's going to be available. Should be available
Mhm.
by the end of this week.
Okay. I was going to go search for it and show a visual.
Yes, end of this week, end of um, um, sometime soon on both platforms too. Because hey, both the people who use Android and iOS platforms, they all need to to have a space to let out their frustrations. And this is simply happens. As I said, they let out their frustrations, save it, record it, and had a jingle to it. You may never know; they might become some songwriters out of it using their lyrics. Because most of the songs we listen to, or people have experienced their, expressing their emotions of what they're going through. So this Yell App is in collaboration with this group that does these technology tools, and this is a resource, and it's free. It's free to download. This is I'm very excited about this, and I'm really feeling really truly blessed that I'm able to go out and share this. And hope everyone will be able to use this tool, and it'll be available worldwide. So not just in the U.S., it'll be available worldwide on the Apple and the Google Play Store worldwide.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. That's so good because you know what's beautiful about this, and it makes you an example, is that what's really powerful is when you have a book that has something that a reader can do after the book or during the book. And so an app like this is such a great companion tool to the power of what you're going for with Marsing here.
Yes, 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 it is. And another thing that I'm also doing as a part of the brand, and they're all branded as Marston. We have the Marston Vibes, which is going to be annual trip for. I'm focusing on ladies at first to just get away and just renew, relax, and re-energize themselves. Because no matter what it is, the life that we're going through, it's important that we take time out for introspection within ourselves to deal with our thoughts, deal with our emotions, and just deal with who we are, and just set our purpose and tap into our power of what we really want, or our passion, really, how we can live that out. So the Marsing Vibes is going to be those trips that we take, and the Marsing Embrace. This is my charity arm of the Marsing, and this is where I want to create spaces for women to find a way in their local area
Mm-hmm.
to just go and just time out, take that time out from the busy lives, from the, and I thought about it during the pandemic, when I thought about the women and mothers and families who were stuck inside apartment buildings, that the minute they step out of their house, they're in a space where, where it's a public space, and so they were not allowed to do that. But then they're in a house with so many people and so many different energies and emotions. Sometimes we just need to just take ourselves away and just be in a space where we can just have our own energy, and just being able to sit into that and be intuitive and introspective, and just really just know who we are and embrace who we are as a person. And
Mm.
so that's where the Marsing Embrace will come in later
Mm.
on. So
So
those are a couple of things in the works.
yeah. So as we're kind of wrapping up here, can you tell people where they can find this information?
So now I have my website, marsinglife.com, MARRSING life.com. So for now, that's it. Another website is coming, but that's the one that's alive right now. So leave me a message, send me an email. I guess I'll make sure that the email thing is sent on there. You can send me an email at AWF speaks, or sales at marsinglife.com. I'll just get the email for now, and then we can
Yeah.
have a conversation and follow up, and hopefully create some newsletter and some continuation, so we can have this relationship and this connection going, so that everyone can really benefit and experience the Marston life and the Marston
Hmm.
tools and the Marston resources.
Absolutely. And so your book, it is available wherever books are sold. We are big proponents of bookshop.org around here, which is kind of a just an online bookstore that supports independent bookstores. So It's obviously available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all of the places that you want to buy a book. So highly encourage you to do so, and check out marsinglife.com to follow all of the awesome things that you're doing, Angela. And then the app is called Mars.
Marston Yell. I'm sorry, it's My Yell. MYYELL app.com.
Got it. Okay,
It's
good.
My Yell.
Beautiful. Oh, Angela, I hope that you spend the rest of this day just kind of taking in, because you're absolutely glowing, but just kind of like continue to take in all the positivity that people around you are saying, and just kind of the congratulations for accomplishing such a huge goal.
Thank you, thank you. The responses on the book has been just so thrilling, so encouraging, just so overwhelming. And they tell me this from their heart. This is Angela. It's not because of you and the all that. It's so I'm just really 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 proud and really thrilled about this book. And
I
thank you,
am.
Jen. Thank you, Jen, for being my publisher along the way and offering all the services, all the resources, and everything that you've offered throughout this journey. It's really been a blessing, and I thank you.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
your,
It's
your
been
assistance.
beautiful having you in my life. So thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. All right. Well, anyone who's watching, don't forget to leave a review as well. Specifically on Amazon, reviews go a very long way for Angela. So please support her in that way as well.
And
Angela, have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll talk to
thank,
you very soon.
thank you. And I just want to say thanks again to everyone who tuned in today. I appreciate all of you. I send you love and good energy.
Yes.
Thank
All
you.
right.